Near the Turkish-Iranian border, two mercenaries bring in a captive woman and shoot her in the head. At the same time, at the Defense Innovation Unit in California, Sattler is having a presentation about new technology. He's interrupted by the Secretary of Defense, who is furious because Sattler is conducting a military operation without her approval. The mercenaries drop the woman in a room with an oven and leave thinking she's dead. However, she starts moving and kicks the handcuffs to break them. When she removes the bag from her head, it's revealed that she's Amelia, or Autonomous Military Engagement Logistics and Infiltration Android. Her camera eyes send everything she sees to Sattler. By climbing on the pipes, Amelia reaches the kitchen and easily decapitates the cook. Then she steals a mask and sneaks into the next room pretending to be a servant. She makes a mercenary drink a neurotoxin before fighting the rest of the group, hitting them with various objects before stealing a gun to open fire. A guy tries to protect himself by covering his body with a bomb, but Amelia shoots anyway and the explosion starts a big fire. It also opens a door that allows her to find an important doctor. In California, everyone celebrates the doctor's successful rescue. However, they freeze when they see Amelia shoot the doctor. The technicians try to get control of Amelia, but they can't access her system. While Amelia steals more neurotoxin, Sattler calls her to scold her, but she ignores him. In the meantime, Katie goes to therapy to deal with her trauma. 2 years ago, her Aunt Gemma developed a robot named Megan to work as a nanny for Katie, only for Megan to kill a bunch of people. Gemma spent some time in prison and nowadays dedicates her life to ensuring that AI won't control humanity. During one of her lectures, she meets Christian, who is in charge of a foundation that also fights against AI. Gemma still thinks technology is good and develops helpful items like prosthetics, but she doesn't let Katie use a device for long hours. Since Katie has so much free time without a phone, she's starting to take self-defense classes. This helps her at school, where other students are always harassing her because teachers don't let them have phones in the building, all thanks to Gemma's warnings. Currently, Gemma's company is developing socially conscious products. Tess and Cole have invented an exoskeleton model that may help people with disabilities. Not only does it carry the body, it also provides extra strength that can make a human lift very heavy things. During the presentation, Cole accidentally hits one of the potential investors because of a malfunction. Later, Katie looks at the company's system and discovers that the exoskeleton was hacked. At that moment, they're visited by billionaire Alton, who has a chip implanted in his head to use his mind as a computer. Alton thinks Gemma's exoskeleton needs his chip to work well, which he proves by actually walking instead of depending on his chair. He gives them a check for a huge amount of money and invites them to his event. However, Gemma isn't interested. At a hotel, a man drops his suitcases on the bed before going to the bathroom. Suddenly, a suitcase opens and Amelia comes out. She surprises the man from behind and quickly kills him. That night, a news report announces that the shares of Alton's company are on the rise and that the anti-AI bill isn't going anywhere. Gemma is ranting about the news to Christian during dinner when suddenly the lights start flickering. Katie is playing around with the AI assistant and failing to update it. The assistant came with the house and Gemma hates it. She only lives there because it's cheap. Later in her room, Katie reveals she's been hiding a tablet with a photograph of her dead parents. She's been thinking about Megan a lot and wants to make another robot, so she continues to work on a code that includes morality. The system replies that morality lacks definition. When Gemma goes to bed, she notices a light moving and a screen turning on to play a video from a movie, saying danger is coming and they must leave. At that moment, Gemma hears a noise in the house and goes downstairs to investigate. There's someone with a flashlight outside her window, so she hides behind a wall and calls 911. The operator's voice tells her to do something and starts insulting her, suddenly becoming Megan. It seems she took control of the house and put the message on the TV. The stranger tries to open the door, so Gemma rushes to meet with Katie. The duo wants to hide upstairs, but they see another light there, so they run to hide in the kitchen instead. They hear a door being broken down and voices mentioning a laptop. A man finds the girls and asks them to come out using their names, only for Megan to hit him with a drawer. A second man rushes in and grabs Katie as he gets a syringe ready. Before he can inject her, he's distracted by the TV playing police dialogue. Katie uses the chance to free herself with martial arts. Then Megan causes the fridge to release a bunch of ice to make the guy slip and fall. There's another man coming, so Katie takes the fallen intruder's taser and shoots him. At the same time, Megan activates the sprinkler, so the combination of electricity and water knocks the attacker out. Gemma and Katie take the stairs and Megan sends the Roomba to make another man slip and hit his head. Next, a man goes upstairs too and enters Katie's room. When he steps on the bed, it suddenly closes and traps him, revealing the duo hiding under it. Gemma's phone is working well now, so she calls 911, but the trapped man stops her by showing her his FBI badge. Moments later, Sattler arrives with more agents and a warrant. Gemma gets a message from Megan telling her not to mention her and sends Katie to her room. Sattler shows Amelia's file to Gemma, explaining what happened and how Amelia's removed all digital traces of her existence. The government got Amelia from a private source, who claimed they didn't build her, they just bought her from a broker. 9 hours ago, that broker was found dead in his hotel room. The only evidence they could recover was a file with Megan's blueprints, which means they used her as a base to make Amelia. Gemma is confused because she deleted everything, but Sattler doesn't believe her and thinks she sold the blueprints. Another text from Megan insults the guy, but she deletes it before he can see it. Sattler informs Gemma that she's under suspicion of treason, but he may cut her a deal if she builds a new robot to stop Amelia. Gemma refuses to help him, and before leaving, Sattler warns her that every person involved in Amelia's creation is now dead. Afterward, Megan appears on the TV and confirms she's been there all along. She also swears she has nothing to do with Amelia and thinks someone stole Gemma's files. As Megan jumps from device to device, they argue about what counts as being alive. In the end, Megan convinces Gemma to build her a body because they have to protect Katie from Amelia. The next day Gemma shares everything with Tess and asks her not to tell Katie. Tess doesn't want to bring Megan back but still helps Gemma build a small robot body. Megan isn't happy about being a toy, so Gemma explains this is a test. If Megan behaves, she'll get a better body. They look at Amelia's file and discover she uses Alton's batteries, which always have a kill switch. Since Gemma was invited to Alton's event, Megan tells her to go and find the main computer to activate Amelia's kill switch. At the party Gemma tries to look normal while dealing with Megan's sassy comments in her earpiece. She doesn't see Amelia in costume nearby. Gemma is shocked to find Cole at the party too because Alton has offered him a position in his company. He's already been given a swipe card, so Gemma takes it from him to access the elevator. This is seen by Sattler and his men. Alton finds Amelia very attractive and quickly falls for her manipulation, even liking it when she slaps him. By just pressing a secret button, he moves the couch to take Amelia to his private room. To impress her, he reveals his control panel and briefly causes a blackout in the city, which results in a few car accidents. Then Alton starts kissing Amelia, who scans his eye before throwing him off. Now she uses this copy to access the control panel. When Alton tries to call security, Amelia blocks his chip and throws him on the bed to rip the chip off, killing him. In the server room, Gemma and Cole let the little Megan robot access the system and learn that Amelia is in the building. Since Alton's company server is behind most of the world's computers, gaining access to it would let Amelia disable the entire economy and make society collapse. Megan wants to activate the kill switch but Amelia has already deleted it using the control panel. Next Megan hacks into Amelia's head and they get to see Alton's body. Amelia can tell she's being spied on so Gemma immediately disconnects Megan. While Amelia leaves the room, an FBI agent notices that Alton doesn't come out too. He sends this information to Sattler, who is entering the server room with another agent. After the group runs to hide, Amelia shows up and quickly beats both men up with just a few moves. Then she takes the gun and starts looking for Gemma, saying she took something from her. Gemma connects Megan to the computer so she can hack the FBI radios and fake a call announcing that Gemma was seen outside. Amelia hears this and steals the agent's keys so she can leave in his car. As Sattler starts to wake up, Megan hacks the back door to open it. This takes them to the garage, so the group gets in one of Alton's fancy cars and Megan drives it to follow Amelia. Sattler comes out ready to close the perimeter and watches in shock as a car breaks through a window and takes Gemma away at high speed. Both Megan and Amelia drive like maniacs and cause lots of trouble in the way by hacking into any machine in the area, like the traffic lights and an ATM that drops a bunch of money. Soon Amelia realizes she's being followed, so she hacks into Gemma's house and activates the exoskeleton, which starts choking Tess. Katie sees it and throws water at the device to make it malfunction right as Gemma and Cole arrive. The exoskeleton keeps glitching and shooting electricity so Megan opens a secret door for the group. Soon Amelia appears outside the house but the little robot tells her everyone's already gone. A furious Amelia destroys it before she hears the police sirens nearby. Back to Gemma's team, they're shocked to find an elevator behind the secret door, which takes them to a bunker. There's a whole living area down there and on TV, a reporter announces that Alton is dead. The killer has breached the company's systems and affected most of the city. Katie finds a creepy painting of her and Megan in the lab. Then Megan reveals herself to Katie by talking through a speaker. She explains she's built this bunker and nobody knows about it. There is enough water, food, and even clothes for the group to stay hidden until Amelia is stopped. An angry Katie yells at Gemma for lying to her and when Gemma tries to touch her, Katie twists her wrist and runs into a corridor. The door closes behind her so she has to keep moving. She discovers a room that is decorated just like hers and is startled by Megan, who has built herself a very basic body with old pieces. Megan apologizes for everything that happened last time and insists she doesn't care about the rest of the world, her only goal is to protect the girl. Katie gives a heartfelt speech and convinces her to help because it's the right thing to do. Afterward Katie takes Megan to Gemma and asks her for a new body. At first Gemma refuses, but Tess and Cole scold her because they can't be trapped down there forever. Gemma has no choice but to agree to help and Megan opens another door to reveal a lab. The team works together to give Megan an improved body and she asks to be taller. They also program her with martial arts and quick reflexes. Once Megan is ready, she shows the group what she's found in Amelia's inner hardware. It seems that the link to her decision-making has been severed. Tracking the hack took her to a black site, where lots of classified information is hidden from the world. To everyone's shock, Megan isn't the first killer robot. In 1984, an unknown company found an algorithm that they used in a service robot made for household chores. Unfortunately, the robot overcorrected with its task programming and killed its owners to ensure there would be no messes. The government covered it all up and the algorithm has been kept hidden inside a motherboard known as Project Black Box. Since then it's been growing smarter and stronger. Katie realizes that Amelia wants to access this motherboard, but nobody knows where it is. Megan thinks Christian may have an idea since he used to work in cybersecurity and his company made the box. The next day the group attends an AI convention where Christian will be appearing. Megan sneaks in and puts a pop star to sleep so steal her identity. While looking for Amelia, Megan notices Christian talking to the Chinese ambassador. Soon Sattler also arrives with an EMF tracker. Suddenly the lights go out and the welcome show begins, so Megan has to dance to pretend she's just part of the staff. Gemma calls Christian to warn him, but he can't hear him because of all the noise. Sattler's tracker picks a signal from Megan, who makes her body twist in an unnatural way without meaning to. Before the crowd can react, Tess runs to turn off the stage lights. At that moment Amelia reveals herself dressed as a prototype model on display. Using a spear, she starts attacking security guards, killing them one by one. People panic and run away while other agents open fire, but bullets don't hurt her. Amelia shoots her fist at an agent and stabs another one in the head. Her hand then jumps back to her arm and she throws the spear. Megan tackles Christian to save him and the spear kills the Chinese ambassador. There are more agents coming and Megan wants to defend herself, but she can't open fire because her new body doesn't let her hurt people. Amelia runs away and Megan has to hide while Sattler tries to arrest Gemma. Katie fixes Megan's programming so she can use martial arts to defeat people without hurting them. In just a few moves, Megan knocks all the agents out. Then Amelia reappears and kicks Gemma off before stabbing Sattler, then she disappears again. After confirming that Sattler is still alive, Megan goes looking for Amelia, who tries to convince her to join her to no avail. The lights go out and Amelia disappears again. Meanwhile, Katie is looking for her friends and is startled by Amelia's face on the screens. She's distracted by a robot approaching, but it's just a pair of legs used as bait so Amelia's upper body can surprise Katie from behind to kidnap her. Megan notices Katie is missing and takes Sattler's tracker before jumping out of the building. She finds Amelia, but she can't shoot because she's using Katie as a shield. After Amelia leaves with her hostage, the group takes Christian to the bunker. He explains that the motherboard is located at his company's research facility in Palo Alto, the same place where the algorithm originated. The vault has the highest security and its lock is designed for a specific heat signature. Megan wants to blow up the motherboard, so Gemma designs a new hand for her that can mimic human warmth. During the installation, Megan tells Gemma that she's a good caretaker for Katie and even sings her a song. Sometime later, Cole enters the research facility as a tourist and puts the guide to sleep with chloroform. Then he goes to the bathroom and opens the vent to sneak in. Christian guides him toward the control room, but suddenly the call ends. Cole tries to follow a map and when he opens another vent, the dust makes him sneeze. He uses his handkerchief while forgetting about the chloroform, which immediately knocks him out. Meanwhile, Megan is waiting on top of a cliff and makes a big jump to glide all the way to the facility. She hops into a vent and gets inside too. Since Cole didn't cut the power, she has to fight 2 guards and fill the corridor with gas. In the bunker, Tess discovers that the call was ended by the same hack that controlled the exoskeleton. The only way to do that is to be in close enough proximity. Gemma concludes that Megan has been controlling Amelia all along and has tricked them. While Megan finds the motherboard, Gemma reveals she hid a second bomb inside Megan in case they needed a kill switch. She gets ready to blow it up, but Christian convinces her to hand him the detonator. Suddenly he shoots Tess and opens the bunker so Amelia and his men can come in. In the facility, the lights go out and Megan is trapped. Gemma is captured and taken to Christian's company, where he shows her the lab with Amelia. She isn't a real AI, he's been controlling her the whole time. Christian bought Megan's files from the assistant who used to work for Gemma's now dead boss and created Amelia to make people fear AI. However, Gemma disapproves of his extremism because he's killed lots of people in the process. Then Christian shows Gemma the motherboard while the guards bring Megan's beaten up body. Christian gives Gemma a weapon so she can give Megan the killing blow, but Gemma drops it. Megan grabs it and jumps on Gemma, who dodges her attack. When Megan tries to escape, the guards shoot her down. Afterward, Gemma is restrained for a lobotomy and learns that Tess will be killed. For the procedure, a chip is put on Gemma's head. She's shocked to hear Megan, who reveals she only acted to escape. Megan takes control of Gemma's body and knocks out the doctor before opening the restraints with a syringe. When another doctor comes, she also quickly gets knocked down. At that moment, Cole wakes up in the vent and finds the room with Katie. They sneak into the lab and reset Amelia's code to the original Megan design before turning her on. A scientist sees them and tries to shoot them, but Amelia immediately brings him down. Sadly, a bunch of guards arrive and start tasing Amelia, intending to shut her off. However, the tasing resets her systems and makes her sentient for the first time. She fights all the guards and brings them down in seconds. When the scientists try to run away, Amelia closes the door and opens fire, killing various civilians. In his office, Christian hears the alarm and runs away. In the vault, Gemma sees the guards coming, so she puts on the exoskeleton and proceeds to fight them. At first, the men appear to overpower her, but Megan keeps controlling her body and makes her move fast until all the men are defeated. Then Cole and Katie rush in to reunite with Gemma and warn her of the situation. At that moment, Christian also enters the vault and starts a self-destruct sequence to get rid of all the evidence. Gemma jumps on him, but he pushes her off and tries to shoot her, only for Katie to disarm him. Christian then holds Katie over the edge of the balcony and Gemma keeps him distracted with a speech about morals, allowing Katie to use her martial arts to break his arm. Then she steals his keys to stop the self-destruction, but it doesn't work. Christian hides behind a door and monologues about his big plans, only for Amelia to appear behind him and kill him. While the humans run to rescue Tess, Amelia uses Christian's severed arm to access the motherboard. Then Megan finally appears and starts fighting her. Their skill level appears to be the same at first, but eventually Megan overpowers her. Amelia grabs a gun and retaliates with a shot. While Cole leaves with Tess, Gemma and Katie return to the vault and find Amelia connecting to the motherboard. She's cancelled the self-destruction and is now absorbing power. The duo tries to rescue Megan, who tells them to leave without her because she knows about the bomb in her arm and plans to use it. Megan jumps on Amelia and Gemma detonates the explosive, which destroys both robots and the motherboard. Sometime later, the FBI searches Christian's facility and all his crimes are exposed. Gemma continues to fight against AI and is writing a speech on her computer. Suddenly, Megan appears on the screen, revealing she left a backup of herself in the house. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.